In some ways, today's young people have been dealt one of the toughest hands of any generation to date. We're talking about a group with enormous and growing presence, potential, and promise. But in order to reach their fullest potential, all young people need to feel seen and heard. They need respect, attention, and care that says, you matter, you are valued, and you belong.
This photo is a photo of our dance group dancing in Ottawa on Canada Day, and coming from a background where I'm Indigenous and non-Indigenous, it was a hard day, Canada 150. It was exciting. We were celebrating all of the great things, and as a nation, right, in terms of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, advancements that Canada has made both through innovation and technology. At the same time, the last 150 years can also reflect a lot of very hard things that were experienced in the country. And so as dancers, we had to reflect on, are we here because it's important to us? Are we here because it's important to our community? For me, it became about participating, right? I'm not celebrating today, and that's what I would share. It was, I'm participating as a Tlingit Southern Shoshone person who is participating in these celebrations, because if we don't show up, then who is going to be there? As emerging leaders, we are actively involved in advocacy. And so from a level of, micro to youth gatherings to macro to setting the agenda federally in terms of how we want to govern the North, it's been really powerful.
Violent extremism is one of the most terrifying and pressing challenges that we're confronting in the world right now. How do we convince leaders that it's not about condoning, it's about recognizing that there's so many other factors that are causing people to join these groups. It's about these groups offering a sense of belonging when society doesn't. It's about social exclusion of youth.
How do we bring empathy as a solid, viable option to policymaking when it comes to preventing violent extremism? And empathy is not sympathy, and understanding is not condoning. You have to challenge your own perceptions. You have to challenge people's perceptions. You have to go and create understanding and build bridges between communities that have never talked to each other. We definitely need to translate this empathy into hard, concrete measures. So what we can do to do that is create more opportunity for young people to realize their dreams, their ambition, and actually have a way to contribute to society.
Started doing a bit of research and realized that a lot of youth voices are excluded from broader discussions. It's really heartening to hear everyone asking youth to be at the center of those discussions.
Social isolation is at the core of every major threat to humanity and the planet. Because when we don't realize how interconnected we are, we lose that sense of empathy, we lose that sense of agency, we lose that sense of voice. What would you do if anything was possible? Have you had the space in your life to share that dream that you have? And I believe that the core of fueling social change and tackling some of the greatest challenges of our time lies within our imagination, not just individual, but collective, and can only be amplified through social connectedness.
When young people are empowered to engage their peers and the wider world around them, they can lead the way in building solidarity through greater connection. That's why we have to give their voices and ideas a chance to take front and center.